и Paramount Pictures представляют
Лемони Сникет. 33 несчастья.
Если ты любишь истории со счастливым концом, да и в середине тоже счастья немного. Это потому, что с 3 детьми по фамилии Бодлер редко происходило что-то хорошее. Давай познакомимся с ними. Клаус Баудлер любил книги. Больше всего на свете ему нравилось проводить вечера, с головой погрузившись в одну из них. Все прочитанное он помнил дословно. Его старшая сестра Вайолет была одной из величайших 14-летних изобретательниц мира. Всякий, кто хорошо с ней знаком, понимал, что если ее длинные волосы стянуты ленточкой, чтобы не лезли в глаза, значит, она что-то серьезно обдумывает. А Солнышко, младшая из Бодлеров, любила грызть все, что ей попадется, своими 4 острыми зубами. Мало было таких вещей, которые Солнышко не любила погрызть.
Надо открыть этот ящик. Его бы не закрыли, если бы в нем не было ничего интересного.
Клаусу нужна помощь. Может, я изобрету что-нибудь? Нарекаю тебя бросателем. Теперь тухлые яйца полетят как надо.
Тухлые яйца для бросателей у нас не кончатся никогда.
Как только дети распугали крабов, они увидели, что к ним идет мистер По.
Мистер По? Из банка?
Дети, боюсь, я должен сообщить вам о ужаснейшем несчастье. В вашем доме случился пожар, дом сгорел дотла, а ваши родители погибли. Я понимаю, что сейчас вы чувствуете себя совершенно ужасно, но у меня есть для вас прекрасные новости. Как душеприказчик ваших родителей, я договорился, что вы будете жить с вашим дрожайшим дядюшкой, графом Олафом. Считайте, что вам повезло, детки. По профессии он актер, а среди актеров редко встречаются великодушные люди.
С какой радостью я поведал бы вам, что граф Олаф жил в самом очаровательном доме этого квартала, в котором нашлись мастерская для Вайолет, огромная библиотека для Клауса и вкусный белый забор для Солнышка. И мне бы доставило огромное удовольствие рассказать во всех подробностях, какой радостной была жизнь Бодлеров в этом уютном и теплом доме под присмотром любящего дядюшки. Но, к несчастью, я не могу этого сделать. Этот милый дом принадлежит судье Штраус, соседке графа Олафа. Вот дом дядюшки. И как мне не больно, именно здесь продолжится наша история.
Дорогие детки, я ваш возлюбленный дядюшка Олаф, и мое сердце широко открыто для вас, как и мой дом, особенно кухня. Сегодня у меня ужинает труппа моего театра, и ужин должен быть готов к тому моменту, когда мы проголодаемся. Деньги, деньги, деньги. Сотни новых костюмов для меня.
Никто из нас не умеет готовить.
Нам нужен рецепт.
Надо спросить нашу соседку, судью Штраус, нельзя ли одолжить у нее кулинарную книгу? Она же судья, у нее наверняка огромная библиотека.
Отличная идея. Сходим к ней и попросим.
Вот нашел. Паста путанеска. Кажется, довольно простой рецепт.
А что для него нужно?
Нам нужен лук, чеснок, помидоры, анчоусы, баночка каперсов, баночка оливок и побольше макарон. Я посмотрю, нет ли помидоров в теплице. А вы с Солнышком ищите остальное.
Когда найдешь помидоры, тащи их сюда. Солнышко их нашинкует.
Я, кажется, велел приготовить нам ужин.
Это все.
Отлично! Давайте начнем. Солнышко, открывашку. Совершенно не понимаю, откуда ты берешь силы, чтобы управляться с этими чудовищными сиротами?
Сироты – бремя, взваленные на меня моим бесконечным великодушием.
Ужин подан.
Наконец-то!
Это макароны. Паста путанеско.
А где рост-биф?
Рост-биф.
Когда международный коллектив актеров делает перерыв, чтобы восполнить силы, он заслуживает большего, чем кучка склизких макарон. Он ожидает и заслуживает ростбифа.
Но вы же не сказали нам приготовить ростбиф.
Эй, Скальпи! Скальпи, Скальпертон! Подгони машину!
Граф Олаф взял детей с собой на так называемую приятную воскресную прогулку. Слово «приятное» в данном случае означает сидение в запертой машине перед надвигающимся поездом.
Надо что-то делать, Клаус. Поезд ни почем не успеет вовремя остановиться.
Как-то я читал книгу о работе железных дорог. Мы должны переключить светофоры.
Молодец, Клаус.
Какое трагическое происшествие! Бедные сиротки! Даже их огромное состояние не до конца утешит меня в моем... Что? Вы живы?
Что тут происходит? Боже мой! Граф Олаф, как вы могли? Солнышко слишком молода, чтобы водить автомобиль. Нет, это просто недопустимо. Совершенно очевидно, что вы не подходящий опекун для этих детей. Я забираю их из-под вашей опеки. Мне нужно будет найти другого их ближайшего родственника. А это сложно, потому что я очень занятой человек. Пойдемте, дети.
Дорогой мистер Пол, разрешите мне попрощаться с ними, прежде чем вы заберете их у меня.
Хорошо, только побыстрее.
Прощайте, сиротки. Бог ты мой, как же весело нам было.
Я еще вернусь, можете не сомневаться. Вернусь в самый неожиданный момент. Я мастер перевоплощения. Я могу стать кем угодно. Вам не спрятаться. И я приберу к рукам ваши деньги, даже если это будет последнее, что я сделаю в жизни.
Бодлеры были представлены своему новому опекуну, всемирно известному герпетологу доктору Монтгомери.
Зовите меня дядя Монти.
У доктора Монтгомери была замечательная коллекция редких пресмыкающихся, которую он собрал во время своих путешествий по всему миру. Самым ценным из его экспонатов была невероятно смертоносная гадюка. Это название парадоксальное. В данном случае слово «парадоксальное» означает «совершенно неправильное».
Невероятно смертоносная гадюка на самом деле вовсе не смертоносная. И даже наоборот, она очень игривая и дружелюбная.
Доктор Монтгомери рассказал детям, что собирается в Перу, и очень обрадовал их, предложив отправиться с ним.
Сейчас я должен поехать в город, чтобы закупить снаряжение для экспедиции. И для вас троих у меня тоже найдется дело. Пожалуйста, съездите на фабрику по обработке хрена и наберите несколько ящиков. Перуанцы обожают хрен в горячих бутербродах с авокадо. И я собираюсь использовать его для бартера.
Здравствуйте, я славный и добрый работник этой очаровательно ветхой фабрики. Хотите побольше узнать о том, чем мы здесь занимаемся?
Вы нас не обманете своей маскировкой. Вы один из актеров графа Олафа, и вы что-то затеяли.
Какие мы проницательные. Я собирался провести для вас экскурсию, но раз так, я просто запру вас здесь до прибытия графа Олафа.
По-моему, теперь наша реплика. Мы должны выбраться отсюда.
Единственный путь наружу – пройти через фабрику. Идите.
Посмотрите только, кто нам попался. Это же сиротки. Граф Олаф будет рад услышать, что они попали в мою ловушку.
О чем ты говоришь? Это моя ловушка. Я ее придумала.
Но я ее построила.
Ладно, забудь. Поддай хренку.
Не бойтесь, я спасу вас.
Ладно, только не обижайся, если мы все-таки немножко побоимся. Дядюшка Монтгомери, где вы?
Ой, мама, все змеи разбежались.
Привет, детки. Я Стефано, ассистент доктора Монтгомери. Я итальянец. Бог ты мой, какой кошмар! Только посмотрите на всех этих змей.
Мы вас узнали, граф Олаф, и мы знаем, кто это сделал. Мы все расскажем дяде Монти, когда он вернется.
А я думаю, что вам лучше строить гипотезы очень осторожно. Когда люди слишком быстро делают выводы и ни о чем не думают, кто знает, что может случиться.
Ну, по крайней мере, мы избавились от него. Но что нам делать со всеми этими рептилиями?
Саби? У меня есть идея. Мне нужен большой обруч, грубая ткань, длинный шест с рукояткой и корзина. Ну вот, все готово.
Что это?
Это ловитель рептилий. Наведи его на рептилию, чтобы поймать ее.
Да.
Надо поймать 6 рептилий, но в мешок помещаются одновременно только 3. Когда мешок заполняется, вытряхивай рептилий в эти корзины.
Каким прискорбием я вынужден сообщить вам, что пока Бодлеры разбирались со сбежавшими рептилиями и Плешивым, граф Олаф разобрался с дядей Монти, что в данном случае означает «лишил его жизни».
Спасибо, что так быстро приехали, мистер По. Невероятно смертоносная гадюка его укусила. Очень сильно укусила, да. Совсем насмерть отравила.
Бодлеры сразу же поняли, что невероятно смертоносная гадюка тут совершенно ни при чем. Они-то знали, что невероятно смертоносная гадюка – самое дружелюбное и миролюбивое существо во всем животном мире. Но как они могли это доказать?
Какая хорошая была роль.
Невероятно! То, что вы говорили про змею, оказалось правдой. Значит, мистер Стефано, наверное... Куда он делся? Веселее, детки, у меня отличные новости. Я нашел для вас нового опекуна. Собирайте свои вещи, мы отправляемся, как только вы будете готовы.
Так дети познакомились со своим новым опекуном, тетушкой Жозефиной, которая жила в очень старом и скрипучем доме, примостившемся на самом краю утеса над чернильными водами озера Лакримоза, что означает «скорбное». Вы можете подумать, что жить в таком доме может только очень смелый человек. Но это не так. Тетушка Жозефина боялась всего, что вы только можете вообразить, и многого того, что вы даже вообразить не можете. Дети, с другой стороны, боялись только одного. Они боялись графа Олафа, который замаскировался под моряка по имени капитан Шем и пытался очаровать тетушку Жозефину, несмотря на их протесты.
Дети, отправляйтесь в город и приготовьте припасы на случай урагана, хорошо? Вот список всего, что нам понадобится. Мне нужно идти. Вдруг поблизости шныряют агенты по недвижимости? Да, и я пригласила на ужин этого очаровательного джентльмена, капитана Шема. Так что не задерживайтесь.
Посмотрим. В списке сказано, что нам нужны лаймы, огурцы и одеяло.
Бодлеры вернулись из города и обнаружили, что в доме тетушки Жозефины подозрительно тихо. если не считать воя ветра и грохот катапульта.
Куда же делась тетя Жозефина?
Это дыра в стекле по форме точь-в-точь, как она.
А вот записка. И в ней просто невероятное количество грамматических ошибок.
Но ведь тетушка Жозефина так помешана на грамматике и орфографии. Вряд ли она сделала такое количество ошибок случайно.
Это шифровка. Она пыталась что-то сказать нам. Но чтобы расшифровать ее послание, мне потребуются ее книги по грамматике. Мне нужны такие книги. Правописание всех когда-либо существовавших английских слов, карманный справочник по использованию апострофов и еще основные правила орфографии и пунктуации.
Ты можешь расшифровать записку, Клаус?
Гиблая пещера! Она в гиблой пещере! Осталось только выяснить, где это. А для этого нам нужна хорошая карта.
Мы с солнышком подождем здесь. А ты иди искать карту.
Я нашел карту!
Клаус, быстрее! Вот рухнет озеро.
Гиблая пещера на дальнем берегу озера Лакримоза! В городе есть лодки! Бежим туда! Мы в гиблой пещере. Этот цвет из банановых шкурок может означать только одно.
Губа?
Нет, это я бы предположил во вторую очередь. На самом деле это означает, что здесь проходила тетушка Жозефина.
Это наверняка тетя Жозефина. Бежим скорее. Какая я высокая. Непривычно.
Будем надеяться, что ты достаточно высокая.
Ну вот, я иду. Надеюсь, они не любят дерево. Клаус, ты останешься здесь с солнышком.
Лучше иди побыстрее, просто на всякий случай.
Смотрите, там тетя Жозефина.
Эй, дети! Осторожнее, там глубокая расщелина.
Держитесь, тетя Жозефина! Я уже иду!
Дети, вы догадались? Вы расшифровали мою записку?
К счастью, да. Вы готовы отправиться в обратный путь?
В обратный путь? О, нет. Я не вернусь.
Тетя Жозефина, вы должны пойти с нами. Вы же передали опеку над нами капитану Шему. Вы наше единственное доказательство.
Знаете, тетя Жозефина, гиблая пещера выставлена на продажу.
И что?
Это значит, что очень скоро сюда начнут приходить люди, чтобы взглянуть на нее. И среди них будут агенты по недвижимости.
Боже мой. Ну хорошо, я иду.
Но, как это часто бывает, в полную горести жизнь сирот Бадлер вмешался граф Олаф. И, как это часто бывает, граф Олаф совершил нечто столь невыносимо жестокое, что я просто отказываюсь говорить об этом.
Тетя Жозефина!
Достаточно сказать, что тети Жозефины не стало.
Тетя Жозефина!
Дети, это вы? Граф Олаф! Что вы тут делаете?
Когда я узнал, что дети в опасности, я не мог не откликнуться. Пусть я и недостойный опекун.
Кажется, я ошибался на ваш счет. Вы зарекомендовали себя как исключительно ответственный опекун. И я бы пренебрег своим долгом, если бы не передал их обратно под ваше крыло. И я убежден в вашем бескорыстии, потому что по закону состояние Бодлеров может перейти только к кровным родственникам или супругам.
Правда? Мой дорогой друг, вы подали мне превосходную идею. Я праздную возвращение детей премьерой моей новой пьесы. Она будет называться «Сверкающая свадьба».
Дети скоро обнаружили, что граф Олаф решил заполучить их состояние, женившись на Вайолет.
Вайолет, дорогая, я должен спросить тебя кое о чем. Я не могу подобрать нужные слова, так что скажу попросту. Ты выйдешь за меня замуж? Да? Восхитительно.
Что вы несете? Я никогда не сделаю ничего подобного.
Бедная крошка, у тебя помутился разум. Я понимаю, как сильно ты волнуешься, когда твоя сестра висит в страшной опасности на верхушке вон той башни.
Солнышко!
Ужасная ситуация, правда? Так как? Примешь мое предложение?
Хорошо. Я выйду за вас. У меня нет выбора.
Чудесно. Ты сделаешь меня самым богатым, то есть, я хотел сказать, самым счастливым человеком на земле. Пойдем, дорогая, публика ждет.
Вот оно, кошка для лазанья. Чтобы воспользоваться ею, я должен навести ее на одну из этих театральных масок, а потом отпустить. Солнышко!
Ты больше никогда не перейдешь дорогу графу Олафу.
О нет! Свадьба закончилась, мы опоздали!
Мы теперь муж и жена. Вот брачный договор. И теперь никто из вас ничего не сможет сделать.
Если я правильно помню, подписанный, но не зарегистрированный брачный договор не имеет законной силы. А сгоревший документ зарегистрировать нельзя.
Ты поплатишься за это, и твои сестры тоже.
Я хочу сказать, что по этому случаю мы все съедим по большому куску свадебного пирога.
Солнышко! Клаус!
Вайолет, ты справилась!
Граф Олаф собирался убить солнышко, если я не соглашусь выйти за него замуж.
Негодяй! Жадное чудовище!
С огромным восторгом я хочу сообщить вам, что граф Олаф был схвачен. Его посадили в тюрьму, а суд признал его виновным в стольких преступлениях, что я даже не стану их перечислять. И по приговору суда, перед отбытием пожизненного заключения, Олаф должен был вынести все те страдания, которые он обрушил на головы несчастных детей.
Помогите!
Я был бы в полном восторге. Но, увы, это неправда. Как я предупреждал вас с самого начала, у этой компьютерной игры не будет счастливого конца.
Думаете, вы победили? Думаете, все позади?
Он убегает!
Нас много, маленькие сиротки. Гораздо больше, чем вас. А этот мир гораздо более страшное место, чем вы можете вообразить. А вы всего лишь маленькие дети, и вы одни. Нет, не так. И не так. Вот оно!
Не бойтесь, дети. Я уверен, что полиция скоро поймает графа Олафа. Вы никогда больше не встретитесь с этим ужасным человеком.
Да-да-да.
Временами мир кажется очень мрачным и недружелюбным местом. Но поверьте нам, в нем все-таки гораздо больше хорошего, чем дурного. И то, что поначалу выглядит как серия кошмарных неприятностей, может оказаться началом нового пути.
The video game you are about to play is extremely unpleasant. If you are interested in casting magic spells or saving the Earth from alien invasions, you might as well stop right now. If a happy ending is important to you, you would certainly be better off with something else. In this game, not only is there no happy ending, there is no happy beginning, and very few happy things in the middle. This is because not very many happy things happened in the lives of the three Baudelaire children, who are Violet, the oldest, her brother Klaus, and their very young sister, Sunny. Sunny was at an age where one mostly speaks in a series of unintelligible shrieks, which most people had trouble understanding. For instance,
Duck.
Mr. Poe? From the bank?
Children, I'm afraid I must inform you of an extremely unfortunate event. I'm very sorry to tell you this. Your parents have perished in a fire that destroyed your entire home.
perished is a word which here means they were lost forever to everyone who loved them, and that the world had suddenly become a lonely and sinister place in which the children had to see their way.
I know you must feel awful right now, but I have some very good news for you. As the executor of your parents' estate, I've made arrangements for you to live with your dear uncle, Count Olaf. Consider yourselves lucky, children. He's an actor by trade. Generosity is rare in his profession.
We don't know a Count Olaf.
Hello, hello, hello. I am your beloved Count Olaf. And welcome to my humble dwelling. Or in the words of the great French poet Ovid, mi casa et su casa. Violet, enchanté.
How do you do?
And this must be Klaus.
Ovid was Roman, and he didn't speak Spanish, and he never said that.
Klaus!
What a darling child. I have it underlined. I'll show you later.
Yahoo!
Mr. Poe, I will raise these orphans as if they were my own. Now, where do I sign for the fortune? I mean, children. How do we get this done?
Oh, you won't officially have guardianship until the hearing Thursday morning.
I see. And what am I to do with them until then?
Excuse me?
Nothing? Never mind.
Yes. Well, I'd better be getting back to the bank.
Oh, can't you stay? I was going to pull out some board games, followed by face painting, and make your own sundae. Well, if you must go.
Now, children, remember, if you need anything, feel free to contact me at the bank.
Orphans, let me show you around the house. And after all your chores are done, this is where you'll sleep, time permitting. As you can see, I've stocked the place with a multitude of jollies, knickknacks, and paddywhacks for your amusement. I find that giving is the greatest gift of all. If I had music behind me, you'd be crying right now. By the way, there's a small rat infestation problem in the house. Make yourself useful and take care of it. I do it myself, but I find rats to be deeply unpleasant. I don't know. Perhaps there's something about them that reminds me of myself.
Klaus, that was a very big rat.
How are we gonna get rid of rats? Exterminators use traps and poisons. We don't have anything.
Like many people, Violet Baudelaire was afraid of rats and didn't want to have anything to do with them. Unlike many people, she was also a brilliant inventor. Anyone who knew Violet well could tell she was thinking very hard when her long hair was tied up in a ribbon to keep it out of her eyes.
I've got an idea for a device that'll do the job. I'll need a spring, a broom, a coffee can, and that boxing glove. It's locked, but I can see inside. It looks like some sort of supply closet.
Look at this. It's a ventilation shaft.
Klaus Baudelaire loved books. Nothing pleased him more than spending an afternoon filling up his head with their contents. And everything he read, he remembered.
I read a book about home ventilation once. From the size and age of the house, I'd say this is part of an old remote-mounted multiport system. It should connect to other nearby vents and may lead to rooms behind locked doors.
Sonny, you up for a challenge? You can take care of this. Right, Klaus?
What's that? It's a telegram. To Violet, Klaus, and Sonny Baudelaire. Beware Count Olaf. Stop. Motives highly questionable. Stop. We are collecting evidence of wrongdoings. Help us find more. Stop. When assembled, all will be revealed. Stop. P.S. The world is quiet here.
Where did it come from?
It says that it was delivered by the Very Fast Delivery Service.
Great job, Klaus. Let's go tell Count Olaf we're finished.
Did you hear something?
There's a note over here. It's from Count Olaf.
Dear orphans, your handling of the rodent matter was sufficient enough that I'll allow you to clear out the spiders as well. Deal with it quietly. I am rehearsing and will not tolerate interruption!
Spiders? Big, hairy spiders?
I've got an idea. I'll need a funnel, an inner tube, a fork, a fan, and our lunch. That fork is perfect for my invention. Maybe he'll let us borrow it.
Excuse me.
Hey! What are you doing sneaking around?
I was just gonna ask if I could borrow.
Can you hear me? Get lost!
That was the last one. Our chores are finally done.
Really? I thought I was the one who decided when your chores were finished. My theater troupe will be dining here this evening, and you will have dinner ready precisely when we feel like eating it. I must leave now. Prolonged exposure to children makes me ill.
None of us know how to cook.
We don't even have a recipe.
Maybe we could ask our new neighbor, Justice Strauss, if she has a cookbook we could borrow.
So nice to finally meet you, children. I'd love to help you, but my fellow justices will be arriving soon for a meeting, and I must get this library back in order.
Maybe we can help.
Oh my goodness, would you? I'd be so grateful. My most important books are scattered about and must go back in their alcoves. You can tell where each book belongs by matching the title with the design of its display. Please hurry, children. My guests will be here any minute. Good luck! Children, I don't know what I would have done without you. You've put everything away exactly where it belongs. Oh, Oh, and just in the nick of time, I have a wonderful cookbook tucked away on the top level. It's a little hard to get to with all the construction, but if you can find a way up there, you're welcome to take it with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have guests waiting.
I've got an idea. If I had a book strap and some sort of pull cord, I could attach them to that fire extinguisher to invent a device that will help Sunny jump.
So, you've decided to waste your time rummaging through old books next door. Funny. I thought I told you to start making dinner.
But we were looking for...
Blah, blah, blah. You know what it's like to have to act on an empty stomach? Can you even imagine? This is the pantry. This is where the food is kept. This is where you should be looking. Now get to work.
It looks like that switch opens the door, but none of us are tall enough to reach it.
I've got an idea. We'll need a tripod, a piano wire, and those snowshoes.
You won't budge.
Then how will we get the piano wires inside?
Wait a minute. I've read about this. It's a vibraphonic deluxe. Once the most prestigious name in grand pianos.
What happened?
The piano suffers from a fatal flaw. The parts are so precise and delicate that certain melodies can create acoustic resonance.
Acoustic resonance is a term which here means powerfully intensified sound waves caused by vibrations inside the body of a musical instrument.
Klaus, that's perfect. If we can play the right melody, we can blow the lid off and get inside.
From the color and smell, I'd say it's tetrachlorophenyl sodium hydroxide.
What does that mean?
It means you don't want to touch it. We'll need to find another way across.
My stilts should work just fine.
And then, after they dealt with the rats, I released the spiders and made them get rid of those too.
Oh, Olaf, you're so clever.
Ahem. Dinner is served. Puttanesca.
What did you call me?
It's pasta. Pasta puttanesca.
Where's the roast beef?
Roast beef?
Philistines! You vex me to my very core. We slave for our art. Have you not seen our suffering? When a group of international actors pauses for nourishment, they expect and deserve better than a pile of mushy chum. They expect and deserve, as the Greeks would say, rôti de bœuf.
But you didn't tell us you wanted roast beef.
But you didn't tell us you wanted roast beef.
That's not fair.
Klaus!
You all saw it. The plate slipped from my hand.
That plate did look slippery.
I felt a gust of wind. Did someone leave a window open?
You monster.
Lock them away. I grow weary of their miserable faces.
Klaus, are you okay?
No, this isn't our home. We can't stay here.
You're right. But we're stuck in this room. How will we get out? What's this?
It's a skeleton key. It should open all the locks in the house.
Let's see if it works on that safe.
Inheritance law, accidental death of minors, benefits paid to guardian, official and legal documents required.
What does that mean?
It means that if we die, Count Olaf gets our fortune. What are we going to do?
Spunk!
Sunny's right. We've got to find a phone and call Mr. Poe. I'm sure there's one somewhere in this house.
The line is dead. We can't call for help. We'll have to get out of here on our own.
Violet, look at this. There's some kind of hatch underneath the fireplace.
Can you open it?
It's sealed shut.
We'll need some weight. A pile of firewood should do. We tie it to a rope and hang it over a levered plank with a bowling ball on the other side. Got all that?
I think so. Firewood, rope, bowling ball. Right?
Exactly.
The critics ignore the bad reviews. They roll off. The audience adores the bold and dashing Count Olaf. Even while he's in the shower, even while he is rasping, no other thespian is his equal at thespian. Oh, no, that's not in the song.
Oh, it's those vile children Count Olaf adopted.
How dare you interrupt us in the hallowed sanctity of rehearsal?
Time for a new song.
The Wicked Waltz in G minor.
Whenever you're ready.
That did it. Once we're through that hatch, we're free from this house.
Let's make sure we grab everything we want before we leave.
If you are someone who likes to jump ahead of the story and guess at what is about to happen, you might suppose that the Baudelaire orphans were unsuccessful in their escape attempt and that they were thrown straight into a situation even more awful than the last. If that is what you think, you are entirely correct. Count Olaf put the children in his car and took them on what he said would be a pleasant Sunday drive. Drive is a word which here means trapped in front of an oncoming train. The children's astonishing resourcefulness saved them from imminent flattening. Once the danger had passed, Mr. Poe happened by with an assessment of the situation that had almost nothing to do with what was really going on.
Sonny is far too young to be driving an automobile. It's simply not good parenting.
He took the Baudelaire orphans away from Count Olaf. But before he did, he let Olaf have one final moment with the children.
I'll be back again when you least expect it. I am a master of disguise. I can become anyone. I can follow you anywhere, and I'll get my hands on your fortune if it's the last thing I do.
Well, hello there. I am your Uncle Monty. My goodness, you must be Violet. Do you remember me? Probably not. You were only a baby. Klaus, we've never met. How do you do? And Sonny. Oh, Sonny. You look so much like your mother. But with fangs like a Malaysian pit viper. My goodness. Now, what do you children know about snakes?
Not very much. Is that what you do? Study snakes?
Yes, well, not just snakes. Herpetology is the study of all reptiles. Come in, come in, come in. There's not much time, and we've got to get ready for Peru.
You're taking us to Peru?
Isn't it exciting? Of course. I'll need to make sure you're up to the task. Peru is no place for amateurs. I've hidden 4 aspiring adventurer trophies in and around my house. If you can retrieve all of them, I'll know you can handle whatever challenges Peru has to throw at you. Follow me outside to get started. The first aspiring adventurer trophy is through this door. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other things to attend to. Good luck, children. Children, come look at this. It's called a perilous plant pod. I just had a case of them shipped in from Borneo. Perilous indeed. You don't want to get too close. Now, the second trophy is just beyond that door, on the far side of the Grim River. Best of luck. I know you can do it.
Not me!
Yes, but we'll have to figure out a way to lower that bridge and get across.
I'm at your bottom.
magnificent! You're well on your way. This next challenge is a bit of a nasty one. You'll have to get rid of a swarm of giant wasps.
Uncle Monty?
No need to fret. You've done such a good job so far, I'm certain you'll have no trouble at all. Ready? Go! See? I knew you could take care of those wasps. There's only one challenge left. When you're ready to continue, I'll be waiting inside. Exploring the jungles of Peru will present each of you with problems that would be impossible to solve on your own. You'll need to work together. Teamwork, that's the key. In that cage is the final award. Get it, and I'll know I have assistants who can handle anything.
How are we going to get up there?
We're not. We're gonna lower the cage down to us. We'll need to find Uncle Monty's shipment of perilous plant pods to make this work. Each of those pods need to be moved to the right location, and we'll need to water them. Now we can go to Peru.
The simple, common ring of a doorbell, a harbinger, one might say. Harbinger is a word which can mean an announcement of someone's arrival, but a harbinger is also a warning of terrible things to come. And though it pains me to tell you this, terrible things were soon to come.
Yes, excuse me. I'm looking for Dr. Montgomery. I am Stefano. I am an Italian man, and I am here to assist and facilitate his efforts in any way that I can, as well as to remain observatory.
You're Count Olaf.
Pardon me? I don't know of any such person as a Count Olaf. Though it certainly sounds like an impressive title.
We know it's you.
Well, I think you ought to be considering your hypothesis with extra carefulness. When one jumps to conclusions and speaks without thinking, who knows what can happen. And that, children, is why you should always be staying clear of broken power lines. Oops, you caught me being a mentor.
Quite right, Mr. Stefano. Sound advice. It's wonderful to meet you, and bless you for coming on such short notice.
Uncle Monty, we have to tell you something.
Sorry, children, there's no time for chit-chat. Stefano, please come with me. I'll show you the reptile room.
All of my most important scientific achievements in snakeology have been a direct result from me wanting to be exactly like you.
It's locked.
What do you think he's up to?
I don't know. But we have to get in there to tell Uncle Monty who Stefano really is. Maybe there's another entrance to the reptile room from outside.
Let's hurry. It's a note from Uncle Monty.
Children, I have a number of snakes that prefer to live outdoors. They must be brought into the reptile room before we leave for Peru. Please gather them up for me.
Violet, I don't mind snakes, but I don't want to have to pick them up and carry them around with my bare hands.
Me neither. Let's see. With the right parts, I can adapt my fruit slinger to inhale things in addition to spitting them out. I'll need a screwdriver, a garden hose, and that lawnmower back. It's a dead end.
Maybe not.
Klaus, you'll have to deal with them.
Hey, what's the hurry? You're not worried about your Uncle Monty, are you? Relax, stay here. Let me play you a song.
no! The snakes are under a spell. We've got to recapture them.
The reptile room was filled with the many strange creatures Dr. Montgomery had collected from around the world. There was the fidgety boa, who likes game shows, maraschino cherries and nothing else. The septilingual tree frog, which can say hello in 7 different languages.
Namaste.
And one creature that was exceptionally strange.
Uncle Monty discovered this snake in Tanzania. It's called the Incredibly Deadly Viper. He's presenting it to the Herpetological Society next month as a new discovery.
Sonny, no!
Don't worry. According to these notes, it couldn't possibly harm her. The Incredibly Deadly Viper is one of the least dangerous and most friendly creatures in the animal kingdom.
It certainly doesn't look friendly. Klaus, we'd better put these snakes away quickly. There, that's the last of them. Now we can do something about Count Olaf.
You mean Stefano?
Uncle Monty is a scientist. If we're gonna convince him of Stefano's true identity, we need to show him cold, hard proof.
Well, what about his luggage? Surely there's some evidence among his personal belongings.
It's worth a try. Let's find his guest bedroom.
Ah! I caught you in the act, you rotten little brats. No respect for privacy whatsoever.
We'll need something to get this open.
I've got an idea for an invention that will pick that lock. I'll need a paintbrush, a spool, and that pair of tweezers.
Powder puff, hand mirror, extra wigs, fake mustaches.
This is more than enough evidence. Let's find Uncle Monty and show him right away. He's sure to realize how much danger we're in.
It is absolutely true that had you acted differently in life, there are mistakes that could have been avoided, opportunities that wouldn't have been missed, and yes, even lives that could have been saved. We try not to think about these things, but when tragedy strikes, we can often do nothing else.
I feel I am somewhat responsible for this tragedy. I should have taken it upon myself to warn him that the Incredibly Deadly Viper is one of the most deadly snakes in the world. I should know. I discovered it myself.
You what?
Don't be so hard on yourself. Dr. Montgomery was clearly a very reckless and strange man. It was a snake bite that did the job. There's no question about it.
No, that's not true. The Incredibly Deadly Viper couldn't have killed him. It's one of the least deadly and most friendly creatures in the animal kingdom.
Well, I don't know what you consider friendly, but in my opinion, poisoning someone is a terribly inconsiderate gesture.
Ha! If there is a truer thing that could be said, I cannot think of it right now. It is often that I must question why I have devoted my vast intellect to the study of these ill-mannered reptiles. They are a thankless bunch and very slimy. In all my years of service, I've never received a single birthday present or a greeting card. Gee, I sure wouldn't want to overstep my bounds here, but I have some free time now, and the tickets to Peru are non-refundable.
Oh, no, Mr. Stefano.
If you are interested in stories with happy endings, you would be better off playing some other game. In this game, not only is there no happy ending, there is no happy beginning, and very few happy things in the middle. This is because not very many happy things happened in the lives of the 3 Baudelaire children. Let's meet them, shall we? Klaus Baudelaire loved books. Nothing pleased him more than spending an afternoon filling up his head with their contents. And everything he read, he remembered. Klaus's older sister Violet was one of the world's greatest 14-year-old inventors. Anyone who knew Violet well could tell she was thinking very hard when her long hair was tied up in a ribbon to keep it out of her eyes. And Sunny, the youngest Baudelaire, liked to bite things with her 4 very sharp teeth. There was very little that Sunny did not enjoy biting.
I must open this crate. It wouldn't be closed if there wasn't something interesting in it.
Klaus needs assistance. Perhaps I can invent something to help him out.
Minnie,
That fork. That jack-in-the-box. That boot. I have an idea, but I need those objects to make it work. First, I need to get the fork.
Well done, Violet. For my contribution, I'll go across the pier to retrieve the old boot. I got the boot. What now, Violet?
We need to get that jack-in-the-box down. Sunny, I'm gonna need your assistance.
Dude.
That's great, Sunny. Now I have everything I need. Now if I attach this to here and hook this up to this, presto. I think I'll call it a smasher.
The way to use inventions like this smasher is somewhat similar to picking things up. Target the smashable item by holding down the left mouse button, then release the button to break the item into little bits.
Those crates won't know what hit them.
Ow! Be careful, those crabs can hurt you. Maybe there's something in one of these crates to cheer you up.
In this game is inversely proportional to the number of lockets you can collect. The term inversely proportional here means that the more lockets you come across, the lower your misery.
What is that?
It looks like the letter A.
The Baudelaires were about to discover that there are many mysterious letters in the world, some of them good, some of them not good at all. In this case, the letters are good. You may pick them up and collect them.
Those crabs have stolen our picnic basket and carried it up that hill.
Papa, no.
We can use the rotten eggs to scare them away. But I don't think either of us can throw them with enough force. We'll need something to lob them with. I'll need a handle, a scoop, a gear, and one last piece to attach everything together.
To save your game, run up to the game saver.
Violet, does this toy boat look like it will work for your invention?
Yes. I'll check around inside for a scoop.
Sunny, bite that rope.
This ice cream scoop is perfect. Now I just need some sort of gear and a handle.
Could you use any of the parts off that old tricycle?
Only if I can get Sunny's help to bite the pieces into shape.
Groova.
Top-notch biting, Sunny. I'll call this one the lobber. Those rotten eggs should work perfectly with it.
To use the lobber, target the crabs with the left mouse button, then release it.
We'll always have enough rotten eggs to use in the lobber.
No sooner had the children vanquished the crabs than they saw Mr. Poe walking towards them.
Mr. Poe? From the bank?
Children, I'm afraid I must inform you of an extremely unfortunate event. Your parents have perished in a fire that destroyed your entire home. I know you must feel awful right now, but I have some very good news for you. As the executor of your parents' estate, I've made arrangements for you to live with your dear Uncle Count Olaf. Consider yourselves lucky, children. He's an actor by trade. Generosity is rare in his profession.
I would like to tell you that Count Olaf lived in the prettiest house on the block, with a workshop for Violet, spacious library for Klaus, and a white picket fence for Sunny to nibble on. And it would give me great pleasure to inform you that the children went on to live happy lives under the care of their beloved uncle in this cozy and inviting home. Unfortunately, I cannot. This lovely home belongs to Justice Strauss, Count Olaf's friendly next-door neighbor. This is the house of Count Olaf, and this is where it pains me to continue our story.
Ah, my dear children, I am your beloved Count Olaf, and my heart, much like my home, is wide open to you, especially the kitchen. My theatre troupe will be dining here this evening, and you will have dinner ready precisely when we feel like eating it. Money, 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 tons of new fancy clothes for me.
None of us know how to cook.
We'll need a recipe.
Maybe we could ask our new neighbor, Justice Strauss, if she has a cookbook we could borrow. As a judge, she must have a huge library.
That's a great idea. Let's go next door and ask her.
We need to find our way out, but this door's locked.
I have an idea. But I'll need some wire, a flat disc, and some sort of turn crank. Ah! Rats!
The lobber eggs should stun them so we can get past.
Hey, what are you doing sneaking around? Get out of here! Give a man some privacy.
Let's keep our distance. He doesn't seem very friendly.
But I could use that record for my invention.
When dealing with a villain like this, you must stun them with the item shown up in the right-hand corner. When the hench person is stunned, you can bop them with the smasher.
Oh, that's melty.
Good thinking, Sonny.
I thought I told you kids to get out of here.
Speedy?
Yeah, the wall behind that painting looks odd. I wonder if Olaf's hidden something there. Oh, that's odd. But interesting. I should pick it up. It could prove to be useful later.
For every 10 eyes you collect, you will receive a playbill for one of Olaf's theater productions.
Sonny, I have a feeling there's something in there that I can use for my invention. Voila! The lockpick is complete.
To use the lockpick, target the locked door or item with the left mouse button, then release the button to unlock.
A secret closet.
Fascinating. There's a small hole in here. Sonny, you're the only one who can fit inside. We need you to crawl through and look for another way around. Be careful. Great job, Sonny. I knew you could do it.
Kiki!
What are those things?
Suborder Nematocera. It's really an adult fly, but is often referred to as a giant mosquito. I've seen pictures, but they don't look that big in the book.
Uh-oh, someone's coming. Hide.
Count Olaf and I are running away to Zanzibar together. He told me not to tell you, but it's true.
Wrong! He's sending you by yourself so he and I can be together.
It must have been those women. That gives me an idea. We'll need a pump, something cone-shaped, and their eau de toilette.
Eau de toilette?
Eau de toilette is a term that is supposed to mean perfume, but in this instance, it means something closer to how it sounds.
Yes, excuse me. Yeah, that's a lovely fragrance you're wearing there. What do you call it?
Well, why don't you come over here for a better whiff?
A perfect cone shape. Exactly what Violet was looking for.
If that goes there, and I spin this around... Presto! Bug sprayer.
Hold the left mouse button to target with the bug sprayer and release it to spray the eau de toilette.
Don't get distracted, Klaus. I know you could spend all day reading in here if we didn't have a job to do.
Oh, right. Let's use the card catalog.
Good thinking.
I think I know where the cookbook we need is located, but it's in another part of the library. I'm almost positive it's behind this door. It's locked, but I bet that lever would open the door, but it's out of reach.
I've got an idea. I bet Justice Strauss would have a judge's gavel and some scales. I could also use a spring and something long and rope-like. One levery anchor, made to order.
All you have to do is hold the left mouse button down to target the lever, then release the button to pull the lever.
Violet? Sunny?
Get in there! And leave that projector alone, it's not a toy.
Hey! Unhook! Just let go of my sisters.
You! Count Olaf will be very angry when he hears you've been sneaking off. What's that book you stole? Hand it over.
But we need it to...
Don't ask a second time. I take.
You can use the bracket keys to scroll through your projectiles.
I'm stuck!
Klaus!
Are either of you hurt?
Just our pride. Thanks for rescuing us.
You'd do the same. I have the cookbook. We better start making dinner. Here's one. Pasta puttanesca. It looks easy enough to make.
What are the ingredients?
We need onions, garlic, tomatoes, anchovies, a bottle of capers, a jar of olives, and a whole lot of pasta. I'll go check the greenhouse for tomatoes. You and Sunny search around here for the rest of the ingredients.
When you get them, bring them back here so Sunny can start shopping.
Get confused.
Sunny, can you check the pantry? There might be something we need in there. We should be able to find some ingredients in the cellar. Mind having a look, Sunny? But no tasting. We need to cook it.
Have a slap.
I thought I told you to make us dinner.
Now I need a way to carry the water. Maybe there's a watering can around here somewhere. That's everything.
Great, let's get started. Sunny, can opener.
Honestly, I don't see how you find the strength to deal with those monstrous orphans.
The orphans are a burden, which my generosity compels me to tolerate.
Dinner is served.
About time.
It's pasta. Pasta puttanesca?
Where's the roast beef?
Roast beef?
When a group of international actors pauses for nourishment, they expect and deserve better than a pile of mushy chum. They expect and deserve roast beef.
But you didn't tell us you wanted roast beef.
You, Skelpie! Skelpie Skelperton! You, fetch the car.
Count Olaf took the children on what he said would be a pleasant Sunday drive. Pleasant is a word which here means trapped in front of an oncoming train.
We gotta do something, Klaus. There's no way that train can stop in time.
I once read a book about railroad operation. We need to be able to pull those switches.
We might make it after all. You're on the right track, Klaus. You did it, Klaus.
Oh, what a tragic accident. Those poor orphans. Their enormous fortune will be but a mild consolation in my...
What? You're alive? What's going on here? My goodness, Count Olaf, how could you? Sonny is far too young to be driving an automobile. It's simply not good parenting. You are quite obviously an unfit guardian for these children. I am removing them from your care. I shall have to locate their next closest relative, which will be a great inconvenience as I am a very busy man. Now come along, children.
Dear Mr. Poe, might I have one last word with them before they're taken away from me?
I suppose so, but make it quick.
Goodbye, orphans. Boy, oh boy, it sure was fun. I'll be back again. You can count on it when you least expect it. I'm a master of disguise. I can become anyone. I can follow you anywhere. And I'll get my hands on your fortune if it's the last darn thing I do.
The Baudelaire children were introduced to their new guardian, the world-famous herpetologist, Dr. Montgomery.
You can call me Uncle Monty.
Dr. Montgomery had a collection of rare and astonishing reptiles that he'd collected in his many travels around the world. His most prized acquisition was called the incredibly deadly viper. The name is a misnomer, a word which here means a very wrong name.
The incredibly deadly viper is not deadly at all. It is, in fact, extremely playful and friendly.
Dr. Montgomery told the children about his upcoming trip to Peru and made them all very happy by inviting them to come along.
Now I must go into town to get supplies for our trip, and I have an errand for you three as well. Please go to the Horseradish Factory to pick up some crates of horseradish. Peruvians love horseradish on their toasted avocado sandwiches, and I'm going to use it to barter with them.
Hello there! I am a pleasant and inviting employee of this charmingly dilapidated factory. Would you like to know more about whatever it is we do here?
You're not fooling anyone with that disguise. You're one of Count Olaf's actors and you're up to something.
Well, aren't you perceptive? I was gonna give you a tour, but I guess I'll have to trap you here until Count Olaf arrives.
I think that was our cue to get out of here.
The only way out is through the factory. Follow me.
Oh no, them again! And they're throwing horseradish. I think it's best to avoid it.
Or throw it back at them. We can use our lobber to get some good distance with it. We just need to pick up those globs.
Great idea, Klaus.
There's a door up there that looks like the way out, but I'm not sure how to get to it. You and Sunny wait here while I find a way up. I'm at the top. Get in the lift when I send it down.
Will do.
Yo!
Our path is blocked. How will we get through?
Sunny, if you can bite through the rope holding that hook back, it should swing down and smash the barrier.
Mazu.
World-class biting, Sunny.
Oopa troopa.
Come on, Violet. No lagging.
Oh no, I'll have to use the conveyor belt to get across. Meet me on the other side.
Hurry up, Violet.
Oh no. How will I get up there now? You wait here with Sunny. I'll make sure these platforms are safe. Klaus! Sunny, what happened?
Looks like we've been captured.
Hang on! I'll find out where that thing is
dropped in. It's the orphans. Count Olaf will be so pleased to hear that they fell into my trap.
What are you talking about? This is my trap. I thought it up.
But I built it.
Oh, never mind. Into the horseradish with them.
Don't panic. I'll save you.
Okay, but don't be offended if we panic just a little bit.
That was a close one. Clean up golf.
Quick, let's get back to Uncle Monty's and warn him about Count Olaf.
Uncle Montgomery, where are you?
Oh no! All the snakes have gotten loose.
Hello, children. I am Stefano, Dr. Montgomery's Italian assistant. Boy, this place sure is a mess. Look at all these snakes slithering around.
We know it's you, Count Olaf, and we know you did this. We're telling Uncle Monty as soon as he gets back.
Well, I think you ought to be considering your hypothesis with extra carefulness. When one jumps to conclusions and speaks without thinking, who knows what can happen?
Well, at least we're rid of them. But what'll we do about all these roaming reptiles?
Sabi?
I've got an idea. I'll need a large hoop, some burlap, a long pole with a handle, and a basket.
Let's split up. You check downstairs. I'll look up here for things we can use in your invention.
There, it's finished.
What is it?
It's a reptile retriever. Aim it at the reptiles to grab them.
Grab?
Catch 6 reptiles, but the bag can only hold 3 reptiles at a time. Put the reptiles into these baskets when the bag is full.
To empty the reptile retriever, click on the basket with your left mouse button.
Nice job, Klaus. Let's take it outside and capture the rest of the reptiles before Uncle Monty gets back. There should be 24 reptiles on the loose out here. This gate's rusted shut. I'll need some oil to get it open.
If we loaded some bees into the sprayer, they could give quite a sting.
Just think of the buzz it would cause.
Sorry, they'll stop now.
That's the last one. Looks like we'll need to head down into that tunnel to get it. That takes care of all the reptiles. Let's see if Uncle Monty's back yet.
Not so fast. Where do you think you're going?
It deeply saddens me to inform you that while the Baudelaire children were attending to the escaped reptiles and the bald man, Count Olaf was attending to Uncle Monty, which in this case means ending his life.
Well, thank you for coming so fast, Mr. Pope. The incredibly deadly viper bit him quite effectively, poisoning him all to heck.
The Baudelaire children knew right away that the incredibly deadly viper could never have done such a thing. They knew that the incredibly deadly viper is one of the least deadly and most friendly creatures in the animal kingdom. But how could they prove it?
Unbelievable! What you said about the snake is true. That means Mr. Stefano must be... Where'd he go? Cheer up, children. I have excellent news. I found a new guardian to take care of you. Gather all your things and come along when you're ready.
And so the children met their new guardian, Aunt Josephine, who lived in a very old and creaky house, perilously perched on the edge of a cliff that looked out over the huge inky blob of Lake Lachrymose. One might think that she was very brave to live in a house like hers, but this is not true. Aunt Josephine was terrified of just about everything you can think to be afraid of, and quite a few things you would never think to be afraid of. The children, on the other hand, were only afraid of one thing. They were afraid of Count Olaf, who had disguised himself as a sailor named Captain Sham and worked his charm on Aunt Josephine, despite their protests.
Children, go to town and gather the supplies for the hurricane, would you? Here's a list of everything we'll need. I have to go. There may be realtors lurking about. Oh, I've invited that lovely gentleman, Captain Sham, over for dinner. So be quick about it.
Let's see. The list says we need to get limes, cucumbers, and blankets. Uh-oh. Looks like we're stuck.
See if you can find another way out. I'll go watch for Olaf.
A crab!
No sign of so-called Captain Sham. Did you find anything in the store?
We found some limes.
You two stay here and look out for Olaf and his henchmen. I'll go see what I can find.
There's the bald man.
Another one of you ragamuffins, huh?
So much for him.
We've got everything Aunt Josephine asked for. Now we can get back to her house and out of this rain.
The Baudelaire children returned from town to find Aunt Josephine's house disturbingly quiet, except for all the rattling and howling caused by the intense storm outside.
Where could Aunt Josephine be?
That hole in the window pane is shaped just like her.
And here's a note. It's full of misspellings and bad grammar.
Aunt Josephine is so meticulous about spelling and grammar. I don't think she would have made so many mistakes by accident.
It's a code. She's trying to tell us something. But to decipher it, I'll need some of her grammar books. I'll need the correct spelling of every English word that ever existed, a handbook for advanced apostrophe use, and basic rules of grammar and punctuation.
That vent looks like it leads to the kitchen. Sonny, you're the only one who can fit inside. Go to the kitchen and see if you can find a book on grammar. Rah! Nice job, Sonny. I knew you could do it. Can you decipher the note, Klaus?
Curdle Cave. She's in Curdle Cave. Now we just have to find out where it is. And for that, we'll need a good map.
I'll wait here with Sonny. You go find a map.
I found the map!
Klaus, hurry up! The house is about to collapse into the lake!
I need to get out of here fast! Cave is across Lake Lachrymose. We can get a boat in town. Come on. We're in the Curdle Cave. That trail of banana peels can only mean one thing.
Goodbye?
No, but that would have been my second guess. What it really means is Aunt Josephine has passed this way.
That must be Aunt Josephine. Let's hurry.
We need to find a way to cross the leech pool without getting near the leeches.
Let's see. How to get across. I know, stilts. I'll need a few things.
Oh!
feels weird to be this tall.
Let's just hope it's tall enough.
Well, here I go. I just hope they don't like wood. Klaus, you stay here with Sunny.
We better get across quickly, just in case.
We can all get across now. It's safe. Sunny, looks like you're the only one who can fit through here. See if you can open this door for us.
Chubaba! Biba! Snakadu!
Violet, see if we can find a safe passage for Sunny and me.
I need to pick up my pace to get across the leech pools. Look! There's Aunt Josephine!
Yoo-hoo, children! Watch out for the deep ravine!
Hold on, Aunt Josephine. I'm on my way.
Children, you did it! You've deciphered the clues in my note.
Thank goodness. Are you ready to go back?
Go back? Oh, no. I'm not going back.
Aunt Josephine, you've got to come back with us. You willed us to Captain Shem. You're the only proof we have.
You know, Aunt Josephine, Curdle Cave is for sale.
So?
That means that before too long, people will come to look at it. And some of those people will be realtors.
Oh dear. All right, I'll leave.
As so often happens, the Baudelaire children's grief-ridden lives were interrupted by Count Olaf. And as so often happens, Count Olaf did something of such unspeakable cruelty that I must refuse to even speak about it.
Aunt Josephine!
Suffice it to say, Aunt Josephine was no more.
Aunt Josephine!
Children! Is that you? Count Olaf! What are you doing here?
I had to come when I heard the children were in danger. Unfit guardian though I might be.
It appears I was wrong about you. You've proven yourself to be an exceptionally capable guardian, and I would be remiss in my duties if I did not put them back in your care. And I know your motives are unselfish, since the law clearly states their fortune can go only to blood relatives and spouses.
Really? My good man, I believe you've given me an idea. I shall celebrate the children's safe return with a debut performance of my new play. It's called The Marvelous Marriage.
The children soon discovered that Count Olaf planned to gain control of their fortune by marrying Violet.
Dear Violet, I must ask you something. I can't find the right words, so I'll just say it. Will you marry me? You will? Splendid.
What are you talking about? I'd never do something like that.
You poor thing. You're not thinking straight. I understand how much stress you're under, what with your sister hanging precariously from the top of a nearby tower.
Sunny!
Dreadful situation, isn't it? Now, will you accept my proposal?
Fine. I'll marry you. I have no choice.
Wonderful! You've made me a very happy man. Come, darling. Our public awaits.
It's up to me to stop this travesty. What would Violet do? I think I have an idea for an invention. If I had some kind of hook, rope, and a bunch of rings, I could make a grappling hook. And there it is, one grappling hook. To operate it, I need to aim it at one of those theatrical masks and then release. Sonny!
You won't get in Count Olaf's way again. Ever.
Oh no! The wedding's over! We're too late!
We are married. Here's the license, and there's nothing that any of you can do about it now!
If I remember correctly, a marriage license that has been signed but not registered is invalid. And a burn license can't be registered.
No.
Ow! I'll have you and your sisters for that one. I mean, we'll all have a big slice of wedding cake to celebrate this most joyous occasion.
Sonny! Klaus!
Violet, you did it!
Lose wie lacht.
Count Olaf was gonna kill Sonny if I didn't go through with the marriage.
You cad! You greedy monster!
I'm thrilled to say that Count Olaf was captured, that he was imprisoned and found guilty by the court for crimes too numerous to mention, and that before serving his life sentence, it was the judge's decree that Olaf be made to suffer every hardship that he forced upon the children.
Help!
I'm thrilled to say all this, but alas, it is not the truth. As I warned you at the very start, the video game you are playing does not have a happy ending.
You think you've won? You think it's over?
He's getting away!
There are many more of us, little orphan. Many more than there are of you. And this world is a far more frightening place than you could ever imagine. And you're just 3 little children, all alone in it. No, wait. Hold on. That's the one!
Don't worry, children. I'm sure the authorities will catch Count Olaf soon. You won't ever have to deal with that terrible man again.
Yeah, right.